What should we say when we are asked about the punishment of God Almighty when He destroys many of the people among whose also the innocent children are found?
Do you understand?
Shall I repeat again?
None of us understood.
Okay. What should we say when we are asked about the punishment of God Almighty?
You shouldn't read now.
Yes.
Explain what you understand in your own words now.
God Almighty punished many people, but among those people, some innocent children are found as well.
No.
So,
God never punishes the innocent
the
children.
question is like that.
Huh?
Question is like that.
The question is wrong. The premise is wrong. God never punishes innocent children. If innocent children are born at a disadvantage compared to the other children born to the same parents or others, this disadvantage is not a punishment. It's a law of nature which requires that no children should be born in the world exactly alike to others. So if this entire world is viewed from the point of view of this question, you will find that many children are born in Africa, many are born in England, many are born in Germany, Turkey, etc., China, Japan. Are they all alike? And mutually, some think that, thank God we are born here. We are not born there, because they don't like the features of those people elsewhere in the world. So this difference between the children's shape and color and complexion, etc., is not an indication that God is unjust. If you remove this possibility, then what will you envision as alternative? All children born all over the world should be built on the same pattern. Only then this question will be satisfied. The questioner will be satisfied. Then what would happen? Some may be ugly, some may be beautiful. So the questioner would require all of them to be either made equally ugly or equally beautiful. If not, then some children will be born at disadvantage and others will not. So if he conceives a universe or a world which has all humans exactly alike in beauty, in strength, in health, then a strange world will be born in which every person will be exactly the same as others, while the likings and choices and the minds would be different. If the minds and choices are exactly the same, then the world will be exhausted of its resources. Now it is not exhausted because we all do not like the same thing. Some people like vegetables, some people like animal food, some people like seafood, some people abhor seafood, some flourish on this and some flourish on that. So this combination of different tastes has provided world with an ecosystem where all the production of God is consumed correctly and a balance is maintained. So the disadvantage question, as we develop it further, will require that all people should have the same taste and the same requirements food. So as you go into visualizing the ultimate sense of this question, it will turn into an absurd question with no common sense in it. So we must accept the plan of God as it is. Understood?
Yes.
Is this the question?
I think, Huzur, but a different question came to my mind now. If
Well,
God,
that's a different story.
Yes.
Let him first answer this question, and then we'll answer your different question. Okay?
if God Almighty sends a flood or earthquake as a punishment, and if there is also some innocent people or children in that society, what will their...
I'll turn to that question immediately after
Yes.
answering the remaining part of the previous question. When he visualizes some people born at disadvantage, some children born at disadvantage, this disadvantage requires, as I have explained, an equal form and shape and mental attitude to all children. Otherwise, the question of disadvantage cannot be defined. The answer to this question cannot be defined. Now, let's view, as we find the children at birth, if they are at a disadvantage, somebody is at a disadvantage, their mental attitude should also be brought into focus of attention. Why should they consider themselves at disadvantage if exactly the same concept of disadvantage is not shared by all others? When you come to this, you also think automatically of fat babies and thin babies. Will every baby consider fat baby to be the attractive baby, or a thin baby to be attractive baby? Some may go for a fat body, some for a thin body. So God has to fix the body of every child which is born to a fixed pattern, so that the disadvantage cannot be felt. If God decides on fat babies, all of them should be born fat, then they will play havoc with the food resources. They will consume all the fatty food alike, so that one type of food will be exhausted totally. If, on the other hand, God designs that they should be thinly shaped and single frame person should be born, even then they will play havoc with the food, because nowadays, to maintain their form, they have to be very careful what they eat and how they eat and how much they eat. In that case, every person is born like him, like Abdul Rahman, with a slim shape, can eat any amount of, even mountains of fat and sugars, without any change. All this is extremely absurd. God could not have planned this stupid scheme of things. Right? Now your question.